I am Pi Frisbee Metatron, your hostess with the mostest, and today is a great day to be me. You know, every day is a great day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this. So, y'all know the drill. You don't have to unmute yourself, but just look in your phone, look in your mirror, however, or wherever you may be connected. Look right into there and repeat this after me. Today is a great day to be me. You know, every day is a great day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I be this, and I require this. And I guarantee you, if you make that mantra a regular part of your daily life, do it once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once before you go to bed, and really believe it and live it and be it, every day that you do that, your life gets better exponentially. I am thankful and grateful for being here today on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, rainy Tuesday, January 10th in Las Vegas, Nevada. The official countdown to Soul Return 60 begins. I am 30 days away from my 60th spin around this place. And I'm thankful and grateful for every millimeter of every spin. Really, really looking forward to getting a whole lot of stuff accomplished in birthday of 60. Really, really looking to package up a few things and prepare them for market, so to speak. You know, I'm in a harvest type of year. So being that I grew up in farm country, you know, when it's getting close to harvest, you start to prepare your storehouse. You start to prepare your warehouse. You start to make sure that you have all of the necessities needed to get your plants, your crops, your whatever it is, out of final growth into and packaged up and cleaned up and packaged up and ready to sell at the market. You know, farmers grow corn to sell it. They don't grow it to look at it. And we manifest those things in our lives to, you know, we produce things for a return. You know, some things we produce just for the fun of producing it, but most of the stuff that we produce, we want to return on it. So that is the mindset, that is the mind frame of PB Metatron for 2023. How's everyone? Mocha, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. And it is my pleasure to have this platform where you can be who you are and you could be authentically you, unapologetically. So for that, we're grateful. We are really, really grateful. Any comments, any questions about any of the subject matter that we've covered the past couple of days? Anybody have any questions or something that maybe is on your mind from the last two programs that you didn't get a chance to ask, or you have just thought of it since the end of both of those? Nope. All right. All right. Do want to let you guys know that if you are ever unable to make it on the live call, there are two places where you can come and get a replay. The number one place would be YouTube, because you can go and and pick up anything that you want to see that I've done on demand. So you could find me on YouTube at Mark Edward Pyle, MarkedWardPyle 66. Or if you want to just put in my handle, you can put in at on the 7S, and it will take you directly to my YouTube channel. I suggest that you go to my YouTube page and you subscribe so that every time I go live, you will get notified that I am live and on deck. The other place you can go to is my internet radio station on the sevens with Pi Frisbee Metatron. It is located at http:///198.245.60.9080/index.html. And I will provide that for anybody and everybody that would like that. Just drop something in the chat, and I will make sure that I put it in there, and or I will email it to you so that it is much easier for you to find me and locate me and get the information and the knowledge that you need. All right. If there are no questions, this is Mastered Self Chakra Consciousness. Today is January 10th, 2023. This is our 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time regularly scheduled programming. Today's lesson will be covering understanding chakra cords and other attachments. Now, before I get into the lesson, anybody ever had a feeling that somebody wanted to talk to you, or a feeling somebody was talking about you, or any other type of phenomena that way, and it could have resulted in the person calling you or the person reaching out to you? But has anyone ever experienced someone else's energy? Of course, this is someone that you know, but someone else's energy in your space, really up close and personal? Anybody? I have sent my energy out willfully sometimes, and before, when I was a novice and still finding the bottom of every bottle of alcohol I could get my hand on, my energy would go out unbeknownst to me, and I would talk to people the next day, and they would tell me that they saw me, or they felt me, or they heard me, or I was talking to them or something. So the power of your cosmic energy is beyond anything this 3D mind can even comprehend. So what I want to do is I want to begin to get us in the mind frame, in the preparation for acquiring some advanced esoteric techniques that first will be good for yourself. Then once you perfect it within and in and through yourself, then you could branch out and share it with others. All right. Briefly, during the introduction into Mastered Self Chakra Consciousness, I talked about our physical and sidereal or auric bodies and made references to our personal space in relationship to our own safety and comfort, and in respect of and towards other people that are in our lives and we come into contact with on a regular or daily basis. Our bodies are our personal space, and only you can occupy your bodies comfortably. Regardless of how we feel about our spouses, about our children, parents, and other close immediate family members, no one can get in and stay in our personal spaces unless we allow them to. And even then, only for specific periods of time. Unfortunately, other people will frequently attempt to invade our personal space because they either want our undivided attention or they desire some form of communicative information from us. Now let's go back a little bit. We, all of us know we have a physical body because each one of us, everybody that can hear me, just tug on your ear. If you could pull something down, then yeah, you have a physical body. We all have physical bodies that have aches and pains and can do amazing things and sometimes can't do nothing. It just, that's just the nature of our physical bodies. I used to I grew up with my grandmother and my grandfather, and I used to get tickled when I would see my grandfather walking slow or bending over, or he had something that I thought was strange. You know, I was a little boy and he's already in his 60s. So whenever I would say something that I thought was funny or I thought was humorous, didn't realize it was highly disrespectful when I was saying it. Only thing he would say, he would just look at me and he would just say, "Keep living, boy. And you may end up going through this and much, much more." So when I talk about our physical bodies are subject to the conditions that we live in and subject to how we have taken care of it up to the current moment. Our sidereal bodies, our auric bodies, is something that we project out from the physical. And that body has similar regions. I won't say parts, because our auric body is a vibration. So it vibrates off from inside of us. So it's irrespective of the different parts. However, it covers the entirety of our physical body, from the rooter to the tutor. Now, when it says right here that only each of us can live in our bodies comfortably, that's why I always say, be authentically you, unapologetically. Somebody else wrote something, be yourself, everyone else is taken. I kind of like that too. I'm kind of bummed that I wasn't the dude that came up with that one, but that one is straight to the point. Be yourself, everyone else is taken. Now, I know I'm talking to some mothers in the audience today and probably on the replay. And when I talk to the mothers, you mothers can remember or realize or think about times when it was you and just your child in the house and nothing's going on, just you and your child. And you could be sitting down doing nothing and child's up playing and running around. Let that phone ring and you answer it. You let somebody else come get in your attention span, mom, and watch how, especially your little and young kids, regardless of how we feel about our kids, regardless of how we feel about our spouses, relatives, parents, grandparents, other immediate family members, hell, some good friends. No one can get in or stay in our personal spaces unless we allow them to. Nobody is around you on the regular that you don't allow. Nobody is around me. And I don't go around anyone that doesn't allow me to go. And I don't, nobody comes to me that is not allowed. I don't hang out just randomly at random places. I don't, yeah. That's just not how I operate. And if you really look at yourselves, that's not how you operate. Certain people can get right here with you, get all up in you, all of them, make you all. And then others, arm's distance. Some folks, you keep them across the street from you. And some people stay in my rear view mirror. That's just how it is for me. And if you look at your own life, that's how it is for you. So nobody can get in our personal space. Nobody can invade us. Nobody can get around us unless we allow them to. And even then, only for specific periods of time. Even that spouse, even that child, even that parent, even that nephew that you love so much, even then, only for a specific time. Any comments about that? Anybody want to chime in about that personal space, and especially mothers with kids? Boy, hey, oh, I see it all the time, man. I will call my daughter, and she has 3 of my grandbabies, and as soon as she get on the phone with me, all 3 of them want something from her. Whereas 5 seconds before, they playing and running around, ain't even paying attention to her. Unfortunately, other people will frequently attempt to invade our personal space because they either want our undivided attention or they desire some form of communicative information from us. For the purposes of our understanding and in pursuit of our personal expansion, we will define other people's attempts of and for attention as chakra cords. Our clairvoyant eyes, our clear-seeing eyes, can perceive lines of energy that resemble actual cords, entering into a specific chakra and connecting us with another person. As always, it is not necessary for us to actually see the cords, as we can easily just know they are there as effectively as if we actually see them. Any comments? Nope. All right.
Hi, good afternoon. Good
Good
afternoon or evening.
It's
Um,
evening. It's early evening
okay,
here. Mm-hmm.
okay. Um, so when you say not necessarily see them, do we feel them? Is it that we feel them?
You will feel it. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. You will feel it. And in the beginning of this, you may not see them. However, I guarantee you practice this on a daily, and in 7 days, you'll see everything you want to see, and some things you don't. Yeah. Yeah. You'll get a clear view of each and every chakra, and you will get a view of the actual chords, and you will be able to see who placed it there. Mm-hmm.
So when you say practice, you mean um, just thinking about it?
Okay, that meditation that I did in the beginning,
Oh, okay.
I do
Uh,
that. I do that twice a day. I
right.
start my day with that, and I end my day with that. And I'm pretty good. I'm pretty insulated as far as my cosmic or psychic or soul energy is. I've learned how to cloak myself, so to speak. However, even with that, and I've been at this a long time, even with that, I do the systems analysis, chakra systems analysis every morning, before I get ready to start greeting people. And I do it every night when I'm getting ready to go into sleep sequence. And I'll get into this in a little bit, but people can attach cords to you and you don't even know. You have no idea that they even attached the cord to you until you slow down and until you take the time and until you do that chakra system analysis. Answer your
Mm.
question? Is that an answer?
It does, but I guess it will come with under practice. But
Yeah,
as you
yeah. It'll
say,
it,
but
it'll come with
I'm
practice.
uh,
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking. So that awareness of being attached to somebody that I didn't know I was attached to, or whatever other example, is that an awareness? Is that a feeling or an experience that would be unique to me, or is it a general thing that we'd all relate? Like, oh yes, I felt somebody.
No,
You understand?
it would be unique and personal to the person who attached the cord. Yes. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
it's not a general, and it would be something that only you and the person who attached the cord would know about and recognize.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Uh, as always, it's not necessary for us to actually see the cords, as we can easily just know they are there as effectively as if we actually see them. Cords are constantly exchanged back and forth between people without the people actually being aware of this sidereal body process. It's a natural process. Like I said, anybody ride the bus, subway, or the train to work before? Anybody, just raise your hand. You could just raise your hand up in the chat box if you have ridden the bus, ridden the subway or the train, or commuted with, or ride share, anything like that. Anything like that. Everybody that's on that bus, all of y'all done attach the cord to each other. Especially if you get in the bus at the front and then you got to walk all the way to the back. Everybody you pass is a cord being attached by them to you, and you are attaching the cord to them. Now, it may be temporary. It may be just while you're in their auric field, and it may detach. Some of them don't detach like that. Some of them stick around. And most people are completely unaware that this process takes place. It's just an automatic thing, because you have to remember that the sidereal body, the auric body, is vibration and frequency, and it looks for common vibration and common frequency. So some of the chords is just a chord going out to test. Oh, nope. Whoop, come back. Test. Nope, come back. You ever wonder why you pass by 4 people and then there's somebody else and you'll sit next to them? Vibration, frequency. As we move further into Master Self Chakra Consciousness, we will learn techniques for the identifying and removal of our cords, as they are unnecessary soul clutter we carry around unknowingly. The real danger in walking around full of chakra cords is that we may be operating on other people's energy and not our own. That's a scary, scary thought. For me to be walking around on the energy of somebody else other than my own, would the thought of that trouble anyone as much as it troubles me? I want my own shit. I've always wanted my own shit. I don't care what you got. I want my own. Yeah, maybe something that you have might motivate me to do something to go get my own shit, but I want my own. I don't want to be operating on nobody's energy but my own. I don't know what entails all of your energy. I'm not saying I'm karma free, but I'm my karma scales are balanced right now, and I want to keep it like that. I don't know what in the other person may have going on in and of their life. I know what's going on in and of my life. So I want to always be operating on my own energy. Thus, why I do that that meditation and that breathing exercise twice a day. Some days I've done it 7 times, because it just depends. When I have to go to the VA, when I have to go to the county building, when I have to go to DMV, when I have to go, anywhere where I'm gonna be around a bunch of people for a long time, yeah, I'll be doing that breathing and shit in the line with people. Sure do. Sure do. I don't need a mask. I got my own protection. Yeah, I got cosmic power, and so do you. So do you. It is not necessarily an imposition nor a bad thing that you have done to be courted, C-O-R-D-E-D, by other people. On the contrary, as we cannot even become courted by any other person unless we are willing to be so. Y'all get that? We can't get courted by nobody unless we are willing to be so. Those cords that temporarily attach to me when I'm in the DMV or I'm in the VA building, I'm willing to I have to be in the building. I have to be there to handle business. So I am willingly allowing whatever temporary cords need to be attached to me. I'm willing. I'm willing to allow that. We are willing. Some of our actions make us willing participants in being courted. Some of our actions, some of the things that we think about that don't really mean nothing, is an invitation for someone to court us. No one I repeat this, you guys. No one can do anything to you or your sidereal body, your auric body, without your permission. And it always takes two to tango. Any comments?
Yes. So how might I give my permission then and not know it? What's an example?
I'm gonna get.
I'm trying to think about how I would give my permission.
Somebody asks you for their phone number.
Mm-hmm.
They ask you for your number. You give them your number. You might just be willing to talk and be a friend. They may send a cord somewhere that says they want to talk to you, or they're in love with you, or they want to have sex with you.
Mm.
And you
Mhm.
willfully gave the number. So that's the communication link. That's the act of willfulness.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the more I'm resolute, like
The more you're intentional about what it is.
what I do, yes.
Yes.
The more I'm protected, and I
Yes.
know, as long as I know my free will and I know what. Okay, I get you now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Victorious.
This is really interesting. I know I'm late. I was finishing up some stuff from work, but ironically today, this morning, we had our team meeting. One of the instructors was really frazzled, and I'm sitting there literally minding my business. And then all of a sudden, I'm super overwhelmed. I'm frazzled, and I did a meditation, and then I instantly knew that I needed to cut cords. So I had to literally stop what I was doing, change up my routine, catch my breath, and I literally had to straighten my place out. But there was a disruption that had to come in order for me to be able to disconnect from this person. And they weren't doing it on purpose.
Mm-mm.
Nothing that they did. And I do have a moon connection to this person, so
Mm-hmm.
I was very aware of it when it was happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And after I cut the cords, burned some Palo Santos, I was able to get back on track. But there's nothing you have to do. It energetically just happens. Yeah. Yep. So it's really funny. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to what you were talking about, because this is so on point with what happened to me today.
Oh, thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's nothing. It takes nothing from one to be courted by the other. It's just an energetic, excuse me, vibrational frequency type of thing. And our auric body sends out these cords, kind of like tentacles of an octopus, and everything that we come into contact with, living things and inanimate things. Our auric body sends out a feeler, and it's like, hey, okay, yeah, we can mess with that. Hey, even in places that you frequent, like this room that I'm in, I am in this room the majority of my time, and my auric body still sends out feelers and testers and my cords, temporary cords, to see if anything's changed about the environment, about the vibration. All right. Know this: chords have specifically different meanings and specifically different effects concerning each individual chakra. The following is a guide to the meanings and effects of chakra chords for each individual chakra. Number one, root chakra. The root chakra is our survival center. It serves as our base and affects and influences our security, stability, and safety. A cord attached or placed into our survival center is an indication from the other person that they want you to help them survive. Y'all see, y'all get what these cords mean? The root chakra can be a most unsavory place to find a cord attached unless the two individuals have a concrete and well-established agreement along survival lines. If not, it's a no-win situation, man, for the one courted. Children naturally attaches or places cords into their parents, older siblings, and other influential adults in their lives. Sick or injured friends that you are caretaking for and you have that caretaking agreement with may attach or place a cord into your root chakra for the specific period of recovery time. Should you find a friend's or intimate partner's ex, current, or whatever, cord attached or planted in your root chakra with a covert message of, I need you, you probably would want to remove that specific cord and begin to examine your relationship with said friend or intimate partner, ex or current or otherwise. Any comments? Root chakra cords.
You know what? I'm so happy you mentioned that too, because there have been several times where my sister and brother I felt like it was like some kind of displaced energy and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And I kept saying, I said, my siblings are mad at me as if I were the parent. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I did not make that connection.
Yes, yeah. And with you being the oldest of your siblings, you were the de facto parent.
Yeah.
In a lot of instances.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Number 2, sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is our sexuality and emotional center. It serves as our intimacy center and affects and influences our sexual desires and emotions. A cord attached or placed into our sexual desire and emotion center is an indication from the other person that they either want to or desire to have sex with you, or that they want and desire you to provide them with some sort of emotional support or to pay attention to their emotions. Depending upon the nature of and the person who attached the sex cord, you may or may not want to remove it. Personal judgment, personal enjoyment, and comfort should govern you on this. Before I finish this out, intimate partners often have cords, individual cord attached to the sacral chakra of their intimate partner, and then the intimate partner has their cord attached to them, and then there's a cord running between both of them too. Yeah, it's just a partnership, a union, because when, intimacy at the highest level, the souls merge and they connect and they blend. So then that becomes its own connection. So there's a cord that runs through that, keeping those souls connected. So a sex cord, depending upon the nature of it and the person who attached it, you may want to decide, if you find one that you have one on your sacral chakra, you may or may not want to remove it. It just is up to you. Now, emotional cords, on the other hand, are almost always better to be removed because they are always a potentially potent energy drain for the corded individual and are often accompanied by a needy, clingy, or codependent vibration. Please note that it is much easier and less draining to respond to people's emotional needs via your heart chakra rather than through your sacral chakra. Any comments on the sacral chakra? Nope. All right. Number 3, solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is our energy center. It serves as the storehouse of our cosmic or soul energy, and it affects and influences our physical energy, our sidereal body, aura, and our overall view of ourself. A cord attached and placed into our energy center indicates that the other person either wants or needs some of our energy because their own is not sufficient, or that they would rather operate on and with your energy rather than be responsible for operating on their own. Quite obviously, this is before I get to that, this is something I was touching on earlier about I want my own shit. Something that you could have and possess. I may look at it and see it, and it may motivate me and inspire me to get off of my ass and do some work and go get something like that for myself. But yeah, no, I would never, ever, willingly or otherwise, want to be operating on somebody else's energy. I'm grateful that I want to be responsible for operating on my own shit. I'm accountable when I'm flying high on my high flying disc. I'm accountable and responsible. And when I'm ready to clap back and punch you in the mouth, I'm accountable and responsible as well. And all the way in between. I'm able to own my moods, own my attitudes, own my behavior. One way or another, hands can be laid on you. They can be laid on you in an energetic and healing way, and they can be laid on you in a come on and get you some way, in a protective way. But that's when I'm operating in my own energy. So quite obviously, a cord attached or placed into your energy center can only sap you of your own energy. And it is always best and a must to remove any cords attached or placed into our energy centers. A strong or dominant cord attached or placed into this chakra can cause stomach tightness, abdominal pain, and severe cramping. Any comments?
I'm sorry, I was
Nope.
writing notes for number 2.
No.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was writing comments for number 2. So number 3 was the solar plexus, right?
Yes.
And I missed the bit where you said what the cord explanation was there.
All right.
What the type of, sorry about that.
It's all right. It's
You
okay.
understand?
It's okay. Yeah, it serves as the storehouse of our cosmic or soul energy, and
Or
it
soul
affects.
energy.
Yeah, and it
Mhm.
affects and influences our physical energy, our sidereal body aura, and our overall view of ourselves. Um, a cord attached there indicates that the other person either wants or needs some of your energy because their own is not sufficient, or that they,
Okay.
yeah, or that they would rather operate on and with your energy rather than be responsible for operating on their own.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Number 4, heart chakra. The heart chakra is our love and attraction center. It serves as our love and compassion zone, and it affects and influences who we love and how we love. A cord attached or placed into our heart chakra is an indication from the other person expressing, I love you or I like you. You may wish to remove a cord attached or placed into this chakra just because it is important for you to be the only one with energy in your body at that heart chakra. However, a cord attached or placed in your heart chakra are not as draining as a cord attached or placed into the other 3 lower chakras. These are cords that other people can speak to you with telepathically. So someone has, if you have a cord attached to someone's heart chakra and you could go into a meditation and you could literally talk to them and they will experience your voice in some way, shape, or form simultaneously to you talking. And vice versa. If someone has a cord attached to your heart chakra and they get quiet and still and to themselves and concentrate on you and focus on you and start talking, you'll hear it. You'll hear it. Yes, you will. Any comments? Nope. All right. Number 5, throat chakra. The throat chakra is our communication center. It serves as our intelligence center, and it affects and influences what we say, how we say it, and where we obtain the knowledge we talk about and say, we communicate. Hold on, you guys. A cord attached or placed into this chakra indicates that the other person wants to communicate with you, often really meaning that the person just wants to talk to you. You may not want to remove all cords from the people that you no longer wish to communicate with or talk to. It's up to you. The cords placed here are very minimally draining. And the drain only comes when you, the person, gets tired of talking. That's all. And then it's easy to remedy that. You just shut up. And whoop, there it goes. Large cords attached and placed into your throat chakra will bring on sore throat and other throat related issues. If you have some crazy issues with your esophagus, if you got crazy issues with your throat, if you got crazy issues, gag reflex and all of that, yeah, somebody may have a large cord attached to your throat chakra. All right. Number 6, third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is our clairvoyant center, our spiritual center. It serves as our spiritual sight center, and it affects and influences how we see the future and how we see spirituality. Man, excuse me, guys. A cord attached or placed into our spiritual sight center indicates that either the person is in your head or that the other person is thinking about you intensely, or that the other person wonders what you are thinking about or even what you think of them. Removing cords attached or placed into your third eye chakra will have the effect of clearing your head. Any cords attached and placed into this chakra can be the cause of headaches. Any comments? Well, all right. Almost there, y'all. Number 7, crown chakra. The crown chakra is our knowingness and intuition center. It serves as a repository and a receptacle of all of our knowledge, spiritual, secular, and otherwise, and it affects and influences how we think, feel, and believe about everything we do not fully understand. A cord attached or placed into our knowingness and intuition center indicates that either the other person desires to control you or that they want you to follow their teachings. Removing cords attached or placed into this chakra allows you to think freely and make uninfluenced decisions. Before I get away from this, a lot of unscrupulous gurus, a lot of unscrupulous spiritualists, pastors, rabbis, the whole lot. Folks like me, unscrupulous, they will attach a cord to your crown chakra so that you would just follow whatever I say. I don't even attach a temporary cord just for the purpose of our class, because I truly desire that everyone has a clear head and everyone thinks freely and everyone makes uninfluenced decisions. But this, I could see, I could see how cult leaders, all they got to do is attach that chakra, attach that cord to that crown chakra, and yep, they just have you hook, line, and sinker. Any comments? Yes, Juliet, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to ask an obvious question. So you might have said it already. When clearing, so let's just say, for example, there's a pastor or something and said something. If I want to clear, do I just clear by meditating with the crown chakra, or would I think about that person as well in clearing?
Well, I don't want to get too far ahead. If you can wait until Thursday, I'll teach you the technique for opening,
all right,
closing, and for removing cords. Yeah,
all right. Okay.
We're going to learn that. But the cord clearing your own cord has little to do with the other person.
Right.
This is all on you. And so we give the cord the proper attention,
Mm.
but it's not about who placed it, it's about the cord placed.
Right.
So all it
Makes sense.
is
Thank you.
all we do is identify that the cord is there. We identify who placed it. If we like who placed it and we like the cord, we leave it. If we don't, we remove it.
Right.
So it really has nothing to do with them other than if you like the person or like the cord.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else before I move on? All right. Hand chakras. Our hand chakras are the seats of our creative energy, and a cord attached or placed into our hand chakras indicates that either the other person wants you to do something their way or that they want you to do something for them. Creativity is the highest form of self-expression. So removing cords attached or placed into our hand chakras ensures that you will be able to actualize most everything that you do creatively with your hands. If any of us got secretarial jobs or jobs where we're doing a lot of typing or doing a lot of data entry or input, unwittingly, your supervisor or who you answer to at your job has placed a cord in your hands, because most companies want you to do shit the way they want you to do it. And most supervisors want you to do something for them. It's even unwittingly, their auric body has reached out and said, boop, yep, let me place that on there, boop, because I want your cooperation. I don't want to have to go through a bunch to get you to do what I want you to do. Our feet chakras are our way of connecting with earth energy. And a cord attached or placed into our feet chakras dislocates and prevents you from proper grounding. And it may make you feel vague, spaced out, blasé, as we used to say back in the day, or even feeling like you're being swept off your feet, and they're not a necessarily good way. Like you just have no balance, no strength to stand, nothing. You just getting pushed any way you can get pushed. Wind come up too strong and knock you over. Removing cords attached or placed into our feet chakras allows you to be able to always go your own way. All right. The ultimate advantage to knowing about cords and knowing how to remove them is that you will become a cleaner and freer being when running your body on all your own energy, under your own power and under your complete control. You will become proficient in the removal of cords as well as learn a tremendous amount about yourself, especially as it pertains to you and your relationships. You may discover chords from very unfamiliar and unexpected people in the most unexpected places. Hell, people may not even be aware of the reasons behind them courting you, and may be totally unaware of how their chords are influencing and communicating with you. I know. After all of this, it comes down to these two questions. How do I know if I am courted? And what can I do to remove those cords? I'm glad you guys asked those questions, because the techniques I present to you in our next class will answer these questions. That's it. That's all for chakra cords and understanding chakra cords and other attachments. Floor is open. Have any comments? Anybody want to comment on anything?
I'm definitely looking forward to the next class.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to say, I just want to thank you again, Mark.
You're most welcome. You guys are most welcome. Yes, Juliet.
Just a quick question, and thank you very much as well.
Mhm.
You know the number 2 sacral. Did you say what? Because in other ones you've given an example when it's not a good chord, what could happen. So, for example, with the feet, you could be swept off your feet, feel like you're swept off your feet. So with the sacral, did you say what could happen physically to somebody if the chord wasn't good?
Yeah. Again, depending upon the nature of and the person who attached the sex cord, you may or may not want to remove it. You know, you got to deal with your, obviously, if you are enjoying the sex and you enjoy the person, then why fix something that ain't broke? So personal enjoyment and comfort should govern you on this. Emotional cords, you should always remove them because they are always potentially a potent energy drain for the corded individual. And if you do not remove emotional cords, they are often and always accompanied by a needy, clingy, or codependent vibration from the person who courted you. So if you got an emotional cord in your sacral chakra and you don't remove it, that person is going to become needy, clingy, or codependent upon you.
So could that make somebody feel sick in their stomach or something, that kind of thing? Like,
No,
how would it affect them physically?
Physically,
Or isn't that okay? Isn't that the case? Doesn't it not work like that?
I don't think it would deal with it physically. You may have some lower stomach or digestive issues. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm thinking though, because the emotional cords are such a potent and powerful energy drain, you'll just be lethargic and you'll have malaise and chronic fatigue. I think that's how they would.
Okay,
Yeah, that's how it would
that makes
manifest.
sense.
Yeah, that's how it would
Okay,
manifest from the sacral chakra.
okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just an overall laziness, malaise, and you know, that clinical diagnosis of chronic fatigue. I know what clinical chronic fatigue truly, truly is. And I'm telling you, none of you guys want to get hit with chronic fatigue. Not at all. You can barely get your head off the pillow. I mean, that's really all you can do. Barely all you can do. So yeah. And that will be the physical manifestations of a cord attached, especially an emotional cord, and an unwanted sexual cord attached to your sacral chakra.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Mocha, you wanted to say something? I saw your mic was unmuted. No. Anybody else? Oh, there you go. Mocha.
I'm sorry. It was it was an accident. I didn't mean to hit it. I didn't
It's
really
okay.
have anything else to say. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Don't have to apologize. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? David, you good? Glad to have you here, my brother. Glad to have you here. If there'll be nothing else, this has been On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron, where we do come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We do go through the 88 steps into our mastered self. And I guarantee you, if you make On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron a permanent part of your soul's journey, somewhere along the way, your mastered self awaits you. Please keep coming back so that we can unlock the cosmic code in your name so that you can start happening to life instead of allowing life to happen to you. And as always, whenever I say goodbye, it never means forever. It just means until our next regularly scheduled program, which will be Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So until Thursday at 4, goodbye for now. Peace and ciao.